Hello everybody, it's the Bricklord here, back with another Ninjago video, and oh my gosh, Sebound has finally concluded, so that means our final thoughts on Sebound video. So yeah, I'm just so excited to share everything on my thoughts about Sebound. And really all I can say is wow. It's kind of amazing that the season is already over, but yeah, I mean, it's really incredible, and I definitely can't wait to share my thoughts and everything with you guys. And yeah, this is kind of a crazy time for Ninjago kind of news and videos right now, because as of the time I'm recording this, today we got the official set images revealed, and I will do a video on those covering my thoughts. And I also need to now start updating my rankings again, which the first one will be updating the ranking the season. So yeah, but yeah, with all that said though, back to this video, gonna share all my thoughts on everything Sebound related, which is just awesome. I'm gonna run this like I did my halftime special, where I'll go over all kind of the overall plot, and then I will go over pros, then cons, and then I will do some scoring out of 10. And yeah, so again, super excited to do this, and without holding up anything else, we're just going to go ahead and dive right in. And of course, the last thing before we get started here is the warning of spoilers. Please turn away now if you have not watched the second half of season 15 yet. Please, I do not want to spoil it for you. It is really good, and I do not want to spoil it. So please, go watch those episodes. You can probably find them on YouTube right now really easily, but please go watch those, enjoy the season, and then after you're done watching that, please come back to this video then. But yeah, with all that said, spoilers starting now. And the first thing here we're going to talk about is the overall plot of the season. I will keep the first half of the season's plot kind of brief, because I did a more in-depth covering of that in my halftime special video. So if you guys want to hear my kind of more in-depth thoughts on the plot, you can go check out that video, and then I will get a little more in-depth for the second half. But yeah, with all that though, yeah, we're just going to go ahead and start with the plot. Alrighty, so covering the plot, I'm only going to do the second half, not the first half. If you guys want to hear my thoughts on the first half, go check out my halftime special video. But yeah, the plot basically starts out where the ninja head back to the island of the keepers. They get what is supposedly the storm amulet and are about to depart. They realize it's a fake, and that the ninjas have to go to the Explorers Club to get the real one from kind of the scumbag Clutch Powers who stole it. And then, so basically the scuba group was going to try to head there, and Calamar kind of stops the Hydro Bounty and leaves them stranded on the island of the keepers. And then it's up to Master Wu, Misako, Kai, Cole, and Ray to make sure to basically secure the storm amulet before Calamar gets it. Calamar arrives at the Explorers Club, fight breaks out. Then that fight eventually continues through Ninjago. Also, Calamar encounters Antonia and Nelson, and fights with Kai quite a bit. And then it gets to the point where Calamar escapes with the amulet, and the ninja think they got it, but they ended up getting the fake one accidentally. And so the ninja think they're in the clear until Glutinous comes and returns to Ninjago and tells the ninja that Calamar has reawoken Mochira and he is heading for Ninjago. And yeah, then the plot really gets in. Calamar ends up attacking the city and starts flooding it. And, you know, the ninja do all they can. They have more like hydro vehicles, like the mini subs and the sub speeder car and stuff. And the ninja are trying to save the civilians because the city is literally just getting flooded. And then also they're trying to fight Mochira. Calamar is kind of using his staff and controlling Mochira, and then making her attack the city. And then, yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it, though. The ninjas will end up fighting and fighting. Calamar ends up meeting his demise to Mochira, and Nia ends up basically becoming one with the sea. And then that's how the season basically ends. And we are not probably going to see Nia again. But yeah, so that's really basically the entire plot of the second half. It's relatively simple because the last four are just the attack on the city. But yeah, that's the overall plot of the second half of the season. Alrighty, and now we're going to be going into my pros section of everything good about the entire rest of the season and some of the first half as well. But yeah, just all of the great things about the rest of the season. All right, so we're going to go ahead and go into the pros of kind of the second half, maybe some from the first half as well. If I forget anything from the first half, they're obviously in the first half of the covering the season video. So yeah, the first pro I want to mention though is seeing the keepers again, which is pretty cool. I'm really glad that they like connected the seasons, well and stuff, and they didn't just kind of say they were going to connect them and then never return to the keepers again and kind of just blew it off. Like they didn't do that. So I'm glad we definitely saw the keepers again, and I'll talk about it in the cons. There's something that they could have done that they didn't, but I am glad that at least we saw them again, and they were pretty darn good. The next pro I want to mention is Ray and Maya. They're definitely much better than they were in the first half. I mean, in my opinion, they really weren't that bad in the first half anyways, but they're even better here in the second half, so that's definitely a plus. Another pro I want to mention is just Calamar still. I mean, gosh, this guy is still an absolute legend, in my opinion. This guy still rocks. Calamar is absolutely awesome, and he is definitely still a pro of this season for me. Also, I guess for some other characters, why I'm kind of talking about them, Benthamar, I think, is still a pro. He's still pretty darn well done. And also, Nia, for certain, is definitely a pro. Yeah, she is definitely a pro. Also, I want to talk about the return of Shintaro, man. Thank you, Ninjago. Just thank you. Because I was really getting sick of all these side characters, like, getting introduced in a season, and then, well, we never see him again, I mean, definitely, I'm hoping later down the line we'll get a huge character, like, side character return with, like, almost all of them, returning for some, like, big important thing, but that's something else for another topic for another day. But I am definitely glad we saw Shintaro. So yeah, definitely awesome there. And then yeah, I mean, so many great things. I also want to talk about Calamar's death. Was pretty good. His demise, that was not the most original way he went out, but I still definitely liked it. And honestly, the same thing happened like 14 seasons ago, so I definitely, am not like gonna care. I think it was pretty well done. Yeah, I mean, and then of course, Wochira, man. She is just amazing. Looks just scary and sea serpent and just looks incredible. Everything that Wochira did was awesome. And yeah, definitely for certain a pro of this season. I mean, yeah, Wochira was just amazing. So yeah, just so many good things. And yeah, I mean, just, and the characters in general were pretty good. And yeah, I mean, the ending of the season was good. Yeah, kind of the action and the emotion. This season definitely was not light on action. There was so many good action scenes, and I definitely praise it for that. But this is also one of the saddest, maybe the saddest Ninjago season. I'll do videos on that later, but this season is definitely heavy on emotion. Yeah, I mean, we have like 2 deaths or 1 major on-screen death, and then actually 2, I guess, if you count Calamar. So yeah, I mean, this season, and then also Nia's ending, which is, yeah, I mean, this season has so much emotion and action and everything like that. And yeah, I mean, this season just has done almost everything right. It's incredible, and seriously, I'm running out of pros to say for this though. So yeah, I mean, also, I guess I want to mention the vehicles look great still, like Hydro Bounty, all those mini subs, the sub speeder car, I think is what it was called, and the Hydro Mech, all those look great as well. The animation is still gorgeous, and like the water and everything. So yeah, so many great things. And yeah, I'm running out of definitely pros to say though. So we're going to go ahead and get to the cons section. So yeah, that's it for all the pros though. So many good things about this season. And next here is the cons, and I'll talk about all the bad things or missed opportunities or things that weren't done just quite so well in the season as a whole. Alrighty, here, the first thing in the con section, and it's not quite a con, but more a missed opportunity, is an attack on the keepers. I know many of us, myself included, were really hoping that there would be a really awesome episode where it would be the Merlopians would arrive on the island of the keepers, and it would be the Merlopians and Calamar versus Chief Mamadis, the keepers, and the ninja, and I was really hoping for an awesome standoff for the amulet, and the Calamar, would end up being triumphant. But yeah, I mean, what we got was still good. Like, I'm glad we saw the keepers again and stuff, but I definitely think it's a missed opportunity because I think that would have made for an awesome, like, episode or two. And of course, it would have had to have made the season longer or cut something else short. So what they did was still fine, but I definitely think that's a missed opportunity in the sense that we could have got a really awesome battle between the keepers and the Merlopians. So I don't know. I mean, that's my only kind of that's a missed opportunity, I think, with the keepers. Another kind of missed opportunity, I feel, is kind of like side characters and old locations, seeing them again. Like, I wish we would see them more. Like, yes, I am definitely more than thrilled of what we saw with seeing Shintaro and the brief second of the Uplee, and also Vanya and Hailmar again. Like, it was awesome, and I'm so glad we saw them again. So thank goodness. But at the same time, like, I mean, I really want to see, like, these locations and side characters return more. I mean, like I mentioned, I hope that maybe we'll get some big event in Ninjago where, like, all of our side characters will kind of return, or a lot of them. But, like I said, that's a discussion for another time. But yeah, I mean, and then this is kind of one of the big cons of the season, which is freaking Clutch Powers again. Oh my god, this guy freaking sucks. I mean, come on, man. They just keep killing Clutch Powers. Like, they've had so many, like, season 11, okay, it was the first time we saw him. They screwed up. They had plenty of opportunities now to redeem him, and they just keep freaking digging his hole deeper and screwing him up more. I would also say kind of the, like, other explorers in the Explorers Club that we saw, like the Cecil guy, he's still kind of annoying, but the other three we saw were kind of toned down. They actually weren't too bad, the little bit we saw them as well. But yeah, so yeah, they're kind of still all cons. They're not that amazing in my opinion. But the last thing, and I'm not going to call it a con, it's kind of an unpopular opinion as well, and it's just not something that I'm totally on board with yet, and it's not completely sitting with me right, is Nia's ending. Like, okay, here's major spoilers. I'm guessing if you've watched this video, you've already been spoiled on plenty of stuff, and you should know by now, but if you guys don't, know or remember or whatever, Nia's ending, though, she basically is now gone for good. And this isn't quite sitting with me right still. Like, I don't know. I mean, I don't think they should have eliminated a main character. I just don't feel that that's right. And now it feels like we're missing part of Ninjago. It's just not quite sitting right for me. And I feel like that basically she's not, I mean, I would say they killed her off. I mean, she's not, I guess, dead. She's just one with the sea, but she's kind of dead. I mean, we're not probably going to see her again unless they do some sort of maybe small appearance or something. But unfortunately, it's basically Nia is gone. And I don't know. For me, that just doesn't feel right. It doesn't sit quite right. I just don't think that that was the best option. I mean, yes, she had, I guess, where they ended her story makes sense. Like, she's done plenty of stuff and had a good arc from all of her very beginning till now, but at the same time, again, I just don't feel like it was completely right to kill off a main character. It just, I don't know, it just doesn't feel right for me, and it's just not sitting well with me. I mean, it was done well, and it was very emotional and everything, and I won't deny that, but it just doesn't, I don't think that was the best option. I mean, maybe unpopular, but yeah, I just don't think that that was the absolute right move, in my opinion. So I don't know. That's just kind of my thoughts, and I have it in cons again, just because it's kind of like, I don't think that was the best option, in my opinion. Alrighty, and the last section of this video is kind of the score out of 10. I'm not going to do individual episode scores out of 10 like I did in the halftime special. This video is already pretty long as it is, so I'm just going to give an overall score out of 10 for the entire season as a whole. And yeah, this season absolutely rocks if you guys can't tell. I think this season is just by far incredible. And there was so many amazing choices and so many things done right in this season. Yes, I've mentioned some cons in this video and my other halftime video, but the pros definitely for sure outweigh the cons in this season, and this is a absolutely stellar season. Again, as I mentioned, I'm not totally on board with the ending for Nia, and it's just still not quite sitting right, but I'm not going to let that detract, because that was still written and done very well, and the rest of the season is still absolutely incredible. And so again, yeah, that's not going to detract from like the overall score or anything like that for me. And I still, like, again, think this season is absolutely incredible. And this season, I am going to give a full 10 out of 10 to, or maybe 9.5 out of 10, something around there. This season is a very amazing season. It is definitely a top tier season for me. So maybe if I'm spoiling a little much on what my updated ranking the seasons could be, but yeah, this season is definitely going to be pretty high up on my ranking the seasons. This season was done very well, and there is so many great things about it. And yeah, it's definitely at minimum a 9 out of 10, but probably 9.5 to 10 out of 10 season. This season is done incredible. So yeah, this season absolutely rocks. And once again, for sure, a 9 to 10 out of 10 season. So well done. And now that'll conclude my video on my Sebound in-depth final thoughts. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you guys enjoyed hearing my thoughts on everything about the whole rest of Sebound. And like I mentioned, this is an incredible season. It was definitely awesome to talk about and cover everything on it. And so now, as of like I mentioned today of recording this video, I will be making a video covering the official set images, and I will also hopefully either today or tomorrow be making the video covering my updated ranking the seasons. So yeah, with all that said though, I hope you guys really did enjoy this video. And before I forget, I do want to mention I have my own Discord server. If you guys have not joined that, it's a pretty awesome place. You guys can chat with me and other Ninjago YouTubers and fans, but the link to that will be in the description. Also, while you're down there, if you guys could hit that like button, that would be appreciated. Also, if you guys could hit that subscribe button, guys, we're over 190 subscribers, guys. We are so close to 200. You guys are absolutely awesome, and I definitely can't wait to hit 200 with you guys. And also, if you guys are subscribed and have not hit that notification bell, please feel free to hit that so you guys don't miss anything from me. But yeah, with all that said, once again, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And yeah, I really don't have a whole lot else to say, and I don't want to keep you guys waiting any longer because this video is relatively long already. So with all that said, I thank you once again for watching, and I will see you all in the next video. So bye!